The NFC champs take their show to London. It's The Coach. This is Week 8 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, it's the third of our 4 games this season in London, as we'll see the Cincinnati Bengals take on the home team, in this one, the LA Rams. I'll be back with a look around the NFL at halftime. But for now, let's get across the Atlantic to London. Standing by, our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you. We are over 4,000 miles away from where you're seated in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England, and Wembley Stadium. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and our home team. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jared Goff and the Rams set to take over on offense. For Goff last year, of course, the disappointing end to a terrific season. His development really took a big step forward throughout. Nearly 4,700 passing yards, 32 touchdowns, playoff wins over the Cowboys and the Saints before that Super Bowl loss to New England. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. The headshots here are the offensive unit, and what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Defensive starters, here they are for Cincinnati. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Goff. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 11 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, #3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that, too.
Now a carry for Brown, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Personal foul, face mask, defense,
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. Now on 2nd and 13. Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line.
No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. We're scoreless after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The linebacker Preston Brown brings him down. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he's got the 1st, but we also have a flag on the field.
Offense.
And they're already walking backwards. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now it's gone. And that's complete to Cooks. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Heck of a 4th and short conversion. They end up getting north of 20 yards. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, second and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. Here's Brown. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. Now Goff on third and goal. Flush to his right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Geno Atkins drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up fourth down.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all, but this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Oh, and now some space to operate. He's at the 50. The 30, past the 20, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. You got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. On first down, it's Gurley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. He gets it to Combs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Goff. The quick slant caught. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. Goff throwing again toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating.
And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. Cooper Kupp as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Got his man. It's Hayford. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We get things started with a good one in the NFC. Seattle traveling down south to take on Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And that one so far deadlocked at 17 in the second quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Marvin Jones, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check on the Saints at home at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And that game level as they take on the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football will see a game in the NFL 100 Series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL Championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And Dalton to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they will only only muster a yard here to the 38. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. On second down now, it's Brown. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Out of the gun, gone. This is caught, it's Cooks. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
On second and 11 now. Goff escaping the pressure right. And it's a fumble, and the Bengals grab it.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming. Third down from the gun. Dalton. Got a man. It's Ross. Complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Andy Dalton now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll give it to Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
A good job there defensively to stop him for a gain of just 4, and that'll bring up 4th and goal.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Touchdown! Josh Reynolds, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams Rams are once again going to retake the lead. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Eifert has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Dalton, 1st and 10. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Carlos Dunlap. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Geno Atkins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. 1st and 10 from Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth-quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Goff's throw taken in by Reynolds. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Goff. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. On first down, Brown looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Dalton hovering near the goal line. And he goes down. Dalton couldn't get rid of it, and that will be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Williams. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Big spot. Andy Dalton. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough, and it'll be fourth down. Zach Taylor, a new breed of head coach. He's going to go for it on fourth down. Fourth down. Dalton wants to throw. He's going to wind up. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Mikel Roby-Coleman. And the return will stop right around the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. One last throw here for Goff. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Bengals, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for L.A., the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. That'll do it for us.